As South Africa commemorates Black Wednesday, journalists around the world continue to be attacked and killed while covering stories.
On the 19th of October 1977, then Minister of Justice Jamal Kruger ordered the arrest of editors and banned the Weekend World and the church publications and publication Pro Veritate. This week the world awaits the response of the Saudi Arabian embassy in Turkey on the whereabouts of Jamal Khashoggi, who is now feared dead.
A month after Black consciousness leader Steve Biko was murdered in detention in 1977, the Minister of Justice banned 19 Black consciousness organizations. Writers Joe Tlolwe, Matata Tsedu and Don Matera were detained. They were tortured in prison, and on their release they were slapped with 5-year banning orders. Fast forward to 2018, and the world is still grappling with the abuse of rights of journalists. Some of them met on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York last month.
The bulk of journalists that are killed around the world are not covering wars. They are targeted because of their reporting. They are, in fact, murdered. And look at the difference in the numbers. It's more than twice the number of journalists that are killed. And this has huge implications for democracy, civil society, access to information. Because those journalists that are killed, that are murdered, are usually reporting on politics, they're uncovering corruption, they're upsetting the rich and the powerful, and then for that they are eliminated. This affects every continent, it affects every region of the world.
A few days after this gathering, Jamal Khashoggi, a columnist from the Washington Post and a former editor of the Saudi newspaper Al Watan, who writes critically about Saudi Arabia and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, entered the Saudi Arabia consulate in Istanbul to complete paperwork, but he has not been seen since. He had been living in self-imposed exile in the US since 2017. On the continent, Uganda police detain and destroy equipment belonging to journalists who cover popular opposition MP Bobi Wine, who is a fierce critic of President Yoweri Museveni.
The other challenge is about the fear that the media is operating into. There's a lot of self-censorship for fear of reprisals, because the regulatory body of the media, called the Uganda Communications Commission, is already issuing out threats to media houses, directing it not to cover certain political activities. Some people are not allowed to appear on certain media houses, especially those in the opposition. Currently, it's Bobi Wine.
But the president has a different view.
Those who give the impression that there is a political problem here are just liars, because everything is, whatever comes, there is a way to handle it democratically. The media freedom is too much. It needs to be more disciplined. It's too much. It is anarchic. It's anarchy. In South Africa, you don't misbehave so much. You're more self-regulating.
After the Sunday Times revelations this week, South African media will have to work hard to defend the trust it has built over the years. But around the world, the Committee to Protect Journalists says nearly 2,000 on-duty journalists and media workers have been killed while doing their work since 1992. Ntakwana Ngatani, SABC News, Johannesburg.